but I'm not going to come to youth anymore because Keenan's not there. It's not about me. It's not about me that you guys are here. Yes, I was obedient to God's call. How was I obedient, you ask? I was obedient because I needed to move from where I was to where I currently am. When I came into this church in 2021, and I started my theological studies in 2022, I spoke to Father Rodney and I said, Father, I'd like to get involved with youth. And he said, yeah, we have a youth group. We would like you to come. They're going to meet on Wednesday. I came on the Wednesday, and then I was like, but Father, there's no one here. It's only me and you. And he said, my brother, I would like you to start up the youth group. And in me being obedient, this came to be. And I'm not saying it because you guys are here or Genesis is here because of me, but it was through obedience in following God. And sometimes we are so stubborn as a people, we want to keep control. We read in Genesis where God had given Adam and Eve right to choose from right and wrong. And we hold on to this and we say, yeah, but I want to keep control of my life. But we need to open up and we need to say, Lord, I'm going to open up my hands and I'm going to give you the control. And sometimes it's difficult. It's difficult to sit in the passenger seat and allow God to drive. We can't see where we're going. Because sometimes God is going to lead us down a road that we can't see. It's totally dark. And then God thinks it's funny. He turns the lights off also. When you're driving down there, you can't see your hand in front of your face, but God is taking you. And God is saying, trust me. I see that picture on my wall at home. It's a picture of Jesus, the divine mercy, and at the bottom is a slogan that says, Jesus, I trust in you. Do we only trust in Jesus in the good times in our lives? We only trust in Jesus in the times when we are able to see where our future is going, what is to come of our future. Or do we truly trust Jesus irrespective of if we know what is going to happen in our lives? We're all going through stuff. We don't know what the future is holding. For some of us, we've matriculated. For some of us, we've graduated. For some of us, we're going through health-related things or stuff within our relationships with our friends, with our girlfriends or boyfriends. Wherever we find ourselves, we're going through something. We don't know the future. I don't know the future. I can't read minds. I can't predict the future and say, I'm going to make it to my house tonight. But how am I going to live my life in being obedient to God? God is saying, being obedient to me, not for your glory, but for my glory. When we pray that beautiful prayer that Jesus had taught us, Our Father, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. In the Old English, it wasn't on earth, it was in earth. What is in earth? It's all of us. We are earth. When we mark Ash Wednesday and the priest comes around and puts the crosses on our foreheads to mark the start of our Lenten journey, those words are said to each of us. It says, remember you are dust and to dust you shall return. Remember you are earth and to earth will return. For your kingdom, your power, your glory. So the question I leave you with tonight, as I sign off as your youth leader and you are welcoming your new leadership in this new season, in this new year, as Genesis continues to grow, as you continue to grow in your faith, I would like to thank each and every one of you for the past 4 years that you've allowed me to come here every Friday. Sometimes I was alone with you, and sometimes it was difficult, and sometimes ons het geskree. But it was a time where I was able to grow within my own heart, spiritually and emotionally as well, where I was able to build relationships with incredible people, with each and every one of you, irrespective of who you are. You've crept deeply into my heart, and I will always remember you. The question I ask you tonight is, has God worked in your life in the past? And if not, why not? Has God worked in your life in the past? And if not, why not? Why do you not see that God had worked in your life before? Because you can't say surely that you have made it here at the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, however old you are, without the grace of God. As you were a baby, God took care of you. Even though there might have been stress at home or whatever it was. And what is stopping God from working in your life today? The only thing that's stopping God from working in your life today is you. It's you. You can either say, Lord, I do not want to be obedient to you. Or say, Lord, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to allow you to lead me to where you need me to be. In my season of where you need me to be, where you destined me to be. So guys, thank you very much for the past 4 years. I promised my wife, who's sitting in the corner over there, that I'm not going to cry. But I also thought that I would invite her tonight to thank her for the past 4 years, because it's been tough. Every Friday I needed to be here, and we need to make a plan, because we have small daughters. They are 7 and 5 years old, but they were never always 7 and 5. They were babies also at some point, but they needed to be breastfed, and nappies changed, all of that stuff. It was rough, and it was a teamwork. You might not have seen her around at youth on a Friday, but she was working behind the scenes in looking after the children, because we're mom and dad together. So I want to thank her for looking after the kids, but also for the motivation and listening to all of this stuff, and me coming home and saying, I don't know how to handle this. Can I continue as a youth leader? So I want to thank her. So can you give her a round of applause?